chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. You may have heard me talk about how the narcissist realizes that they messed up when they lose the chosen one, empath, and genuine soul. Okay. The thing is, though, is a lot of you have been through chaos, dysfunctional endings of relationships with these narcissists of whatever type it was, friend, family member, romantic partner, whatever. You've been through really dysfunctional times, and I truly believe that during those dysfunctional times, the narcissist is really full of themselves. Okay, they're gassed up. That's the best way I can put it. They say it in England, but I'm trying to find. You might know what I don't know what you if you understand what I mean by that. But I mean, they're full of themselves. They're very sure of themselves in the decisions that they're making. They're treating you badly. All right. And the thing that it does strike them, okay, further down the line, it does strike them that you wasn't the problem. You see, they're finger pointing at you. You're the issue. But the way that karma or God or the universe takes them on twists and turns through life, it strikes them that they was the issue. So they go through a grievance of knowing they lost you. And this is why silence is your best friend. Because the more you're silent, the less that you're not even connected with them, if possible, right? Is when they're grieving losing the chosen one, empath, and genuine soul without getting the supply, but they're also going through the fact that they know they handled the situation like an idiot, right? Like a fool, and that's a huge shift in the mood, in their happiness, in their contentment. They don't get content anyway, but it's a huge shift in that, because it's like a stark realization that they actually handled the situation like foolishly. Now, the narcissist will be silent when they hit this discovery. Okay? And that's why they're like, this is another reason why they do check in on you that I talk about. You know, if you've seen the videos, and this is your first time here, that I touch on, they do watch you from a distance. There's plenty of videos on that. But they do watch you from a distance to see if you're still under the spell and the illusion of whatever they tried to paint. Let's just use a ghosting for an example, or an abandonment, right? Or it could be any scenario, even them becoming toxic. Are you still under the spell that you think is your fault? All right. This is the thing. So they check for that, but they will be silent. So this does bring the narcissist down quite heavily. Them realizing that you were never the problem and that they were the issue, right? Like, as much as I say narcissists don't elevate and grow, give them time, give them space, they will like realize that they handled the situation badly. It is from a self-absorbed perspective. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're feeling sorry because their life hasn't turned out the way they planned it, and they're like they're pissed that you've woken up, right? But if you're under the spell of it's your fault, you're depressed, you're lovesick, if it was a romantic relationship, family member, you can still be lovesick, right, with other people, right? Other types of narcissists. Doesn't just have to be romantic relationships, but like if you're depressed and lovesick, wishing for back then, they'll feel like, okay, they'll be like, it doesn't matter that the fact that they've realized they weren't the problem. You don't see it. And that's why I'm trying to help you see what's exactly going on. All right. So you don't stay in that state of thinking it's your fault, of analyzing things that you've done wrong. Like a lot of you that acted out of character many a time. I'm not saying, like, this is the thing. I think, like, I don't know if I need to articulate it in a different way, When I say chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls, please, if you take one thing, it's not a perfect individual. All right, you've done your best by your abilities at the time, but they did wind you up. They would try to bring the worst out in you. They would try to do these things. All right, they would try to do these things, and I'm not excusing your behavior if you acted erratically or you acted like, I'm not excusing it. You learn your lesson by it. Okay, now with this narcissist realization of realizing it's not your fault, do they actually embrace it and change their ways? No, they don't. They're just haunted by it. It's just another layer to the haunting, as well as grieving you and knowing that you're gone, you're not coming back. Like they're grieving the fact that they handled the situation poorly, right? And they ruminate about this, about ways that they did, the things they done that was unnecessary. All right, a lot of what they done burnt the bridge. You see. So the way they handled it is what frustrates them, and they can see. So I talk about they reciprocate, but I always mention that the narcissist reciprocates after what you done way back when. But if you dig deeper, go down the rabbit hole of what it means for a narcissist to reciprocate you way back then, this is what I've done in this video. It means that the narcissist is going to see that you're not the problem, despite what they told you were, despite how they left the relationship, despite how they made things out to be. If you treat silence and space as your best friend and let them go and get on with their lives, this realization is going to come. Does it matter if they tell you or not? No, it doesn't. Right? It's something that they're going to keep guarded to themselves, but the longer that they keep guarded, they're going to be haunted by it. Okay? They will be haunted by it. By the fact they realize this about you. It's a huge shift in emotion. It's a huge shift in the mental capacity, in the psyche, in the heart, and the soul. It's a huge shift from being gassed up, as I call it, right? Like fully, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. I'm right, 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 and they burn themselves out. Right? I should have probably done that earlier. That's what I mean by it. They will see sense, but the sense that they do see, down the line, is a sense from way back when. So you've elevated and grown from those discussions. So you're still incompatible, even when the narcissist realizes stuff that you said way back when. Don't build a new relationship off stuff you said way back when. If a narcissist does, because I'm not ruling it out. If a narcissist does try to acknowledge the things that you said, right? They haven't elevated and grown in the same way that you have now, and they're not on board with you. You're incompatible. You're incompatible, right? Don't even go down that route, okay? Don't even go down that route. So the narcissist will realize this, all right? Embrace that. The narcissist will realize that you are not the problem. But it's, like I said, it's a huge drop in emotion. They're very wounded at that time, right? Because the whole illusion's been broken that they were under. I think that they do believe it's their lives. Okay. Yes, there's motives and agendas in the reasons why they're treating you bad. There's motives, there's agendas, there's narcissistic injuries, there's stuff like that. But at the root cause, they did think they were going on to live a more fulfilling life. And they get hit with like a double-edged sword. Not only did they lose you, right? And I mentioned this in a video on the spiritual channel. Not only did they lose you, if you want to check this out, they lost the mirror of you, okay? They lost the ability to mirror you and be that persona, and I go into that in more detail in that video if you want to check it out. I released it. It will be released, I think, before this one. But also, they realized that you would have never had a problem. So it's like a triple edge. It's crazy. They're getting real realizations. And that's what you got to embrace. They do hit this, but it's still primitive knowledge and wisdom and intellect and awareness than you, and the comprehension that you gain through the time of being without them during the silence. Okay, it's just in their messed up end of the spectrum way of absorbing information. Like that, you know, it's still done in a toxic way. Okay, so don't take this as like it's a heartfelt, sincere redirection of changing their ways. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.